Y'all are hanging about. It is daytime. Last I recall, you were preparing to make some plans concerning Strahd. You're in the. Are you in your apartments or the library? Also, just as a quick thing, I'm going to establish the turn order right now. Arius, you get to go first.
Oh, the joy.
Followed by Kara, then Jolly, then Trell,
Whee.
and Varg. Varger Knuter. And lastly, Oslin. I haven't heard Chad speak, so I almost
I'm
forgot
here.
Oslin's. Okay, hi, Chad.
Hello.
Yeah, I almost forgot Oslin until I looked at Roll20. I'm like, holy crap, Oslin's here. Yeah. All right. Marco is back in the pit.
Though feeling better, I would hope.
Yes, he is feeling better. He's eaten, which is always good. And he actually had some water that wasn't just rain coming in through the little tiny aperture.
No.
Okay. So, Arius, what are you up to?
I think it would be best to gather everyone up in the library. I'm guessing the library would be the best. No, the cathedral, because we're protected in there.
Yes, all right.
In the little church to discuss on our plan of attack to get the sword in the catacombs.
Yes. Very good. All right. So that's what your intention is. You're gathering everyone. Kara.
Kara is kind of meditating and just trying to kind of reconnect in this strange world. And whenever she hears Arius is request, and she goes down to the cathedral.
Okay, excellent. All right, so you're headed down to the cathedral. That brings us to Jolly. What are you up to?
I think I'd be following Kara around just to, because I don't trust being by myself, so I'd be going with her. She's no offense, but I trust her, and her skills and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Also, there was those ladies that they kind of like left outside that night.
Yeah, wonder where they went.
Yeah, I don't imagine they're happy about that.
I forgot about that.
Okay. So Jolly's doing that. Trell, what are you up to?
I imagine he's already in the cathedral, just like playing his panpipes for the god he worships, Ilana, I believe is the name.
Yes, Ilana. Okay, so you're playing for it, and you feel a strange distance from her in this place. Even in a holy place, you feel like things are far removed from where they should be.
That makes sense considering Shadowfell.
Yeah. Varg.
Yeah.
He's more asleep than I am. Please forgive us.
Oh, that's just fine. I'm not. Look, if if you're not well or not feeling good, that's just fine. I can work around it. And I will not endanger any character of anyone who is not feeling up to playing at the moment, so that's just fun.
Yeah, I'm just he's just standing somewhere, contemplating the death of that one woman that he's been wanting to find.
Okay, excellent.
What about the centurion that you spoke to as well?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he mentioned like helping us, I think.
Yeah, well, what isn't Strahd waking up at this point?
Oh no, it's daytime.
Oh, it's daytime.
It's
like
daytime. I'm allowing everybody to have a little bit of time before we get into my actions for the turn.
Well, I don't know. He could probably be trying to think of a plan to figure out if he can, like, find where she died or something. But
I think he already found where she died. He was looking off a cliff, wasn't he?
You did. Okay, you found where she. You could take it upon yourself today to make your way down the mountain and try to find where her body might have landed.
yeah, that's the plan. That's what he's been wanting to do.
All right.
I wanted to mention, like, if we are planning on like attacking him tonight, I would suggest like going and talking to that woman, the vampire who was gathering an army for it.
Well, that's like days away.
And it's daytime currently.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. We probably would need to tell her like at night and give her a time.
Well, all right. So Varg, though, you make your way down the mountainside. It's treacherous. The climb is quite dangerous, but for someone with your wilderness skills, you're capable. The cliff face is unforgiving and sheer. But you make your way down, and you find resting in a small depression a forlorn.
I'm sorry, people yelling outside. Ignore them.
Yeah. So you found this skeleton down here, Varg. Bones look like they've been taken away by animals, but it's strangely in.
Strangely, what now?
What do you do, Varg?
Gonna. He's gonna look up and just. If there's any higher power, please forgive me for what I'm about to do, and just start rummaging through the remains of them to see what he can find.
You're rummaging through the remains. In one of them, you find a locket that has a picture of a young man and a young woman in it. It's a heart-shaped locket. As you're looking, though, the hairs on your scruff begin to bristle. You see there are 25 skeletons. Some fresher than others.
Huh.
Strahd said something about always having to live through the loss of his lover over and over again.
I mean,
He did.
yeah, I would assume that's what this is, considering I guess they didn't have like just push a bunch of other people off of the cliff. I mean, they could have.
Which Varg's gonna find out. He's just gonna go sniff. He's gonna go sniffing around and digging through remains.
You're sniffing around uncovers. They are all the smell of the same woman.
Ah, okay, yeah, it probably is that then.
One of them has a small reliquary.
Oh, what's
It's
that?
a little silver box.
Oh.
No,
Do you open it?
can I like check it for like a?
Yeah, it's not trapped. It's literally just like a box a woman would keep something valuable in.
Sure. Yeah, we'll open it.
When you open it, there's a diary inside.
Oh, fantastic.
The last few pages that you look at read, "I cannot do this anymore. This monster has trapped me in this castle, and I don't want to be like him. I don't want to be like those foul women that come up from the crypts at night to torment me."
Oh, wow. You... This is the... Well, this is some kind of foul magic at play, no doubt about that.
I'm having trouble hearing you. I'm sorry.
I'm more or less thinking aloud, sorry.
Okay, that's no problem. Do you want some time to digest? I'll move on to Oslin, and then we can come back to you.
I think I'm pretty set. Well, I'll probably just go through a final little search sweep of everything, and then bring the diary back and lock it back to everyone.
Okay, excellent. All right, so you do so. Oslin.
Yes, I think Oslin would be making his way to the library with Ink. Or not the library,
Okay.
but the cathedral.
You're making your way to the cathedral. On your way there, you hear the sound of someone crying.
Which direction is it coming from?
It's off to your left through a series of disused rooms.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay. You enter this room. You see a beautiful, dark-haired woman. She's wearing a chain around her neck.
Oslin looks at her and asks, if she's all right and who she is.
She looks at you and says, "Who are you? Have you come to torment me too?"
No, I just heard you crying and wondering why you're here and who you are.
I am Irina Korov. I have been here, I don't know how many days. She looks determined, but she looks tired.
Yeah, I was like, is there a check that I can do to see if she's being honest, forthright?
Make an insight check. The difficulty's 11. Well, hey. Yeah, she seems to be, she's telling the truth, or at least thinks she is.
Does she seem alive, or...
Yeah, yes, very much so.
Okay, and then I guess I'm gonna want to do a look around the room to see if there's like any traps around her.
Okay. Roll. It's an 11, so roll your perception. I'd say you do. There are no traps around her, but the chain she's locked into paving in the floor.
Hold on, the chain what now?
And the chain is attached to a ring in the floor.
Okay, he's like, hold on, I have some people that can help you, and he will,
Please don't
walk back
go!
out.
No!
Just wait here. and he will get on Hank and ride towards the cathedral with great haste.
Okay. All right. By the way, it is 10 a.m. All right. So, Arius,
Yes.
what are you doing in the chapel, the cathedral?
The witches. Let me remember their name. Or they gave us a ring, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Awesome. I am looking over the ring, looking for any engravings on it. And I'm just waiting for everyone to appear.
Okay.
I've sort of done a general. Would it be right to say I can sort of make a general map from all the schematics that are around?
Yes. Yes, you have.
Okay, for everyone to use when we go down into the crypts.
All right. So, you're looking at the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Having spent enough time with it now, you have come to the conclusion that it has a mystical it has a magical capability. It's a ring that will help you to detect the undead, and it also protects you from their energy drain ability.
So I'm okay to put it on and not have a clubbed hand.
It is not cursed.
Okay, then I am going to slip it on one of my fingers.
Okay, excellent. So you do so. Kara,
Yes.
you have arrived in the cathedral. You've noticed that you hear Trell playing, and you hear the sound of the pipes echoing not unpleasantly throughout the castle. So what do you do?
Well, so I do find it kind of relaxing. Um, and do I know that it's Trail that's playing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, so with once I get into the cathedral and I'll talk with Trail and just ask him, you know, um, have you been feeling odd the longer that we've been here?
Things feel more distant, certain things, than they did.
Okay. Yeah, me too. So that's just kind of what I was just curious about.
It's pretty hard not to feel odd in such a dark place.
Well, I feel like we're never gonna get back to the normal world.
I would imagine we will. We did stumble in here. We could stumble out.
I hope so.
Kara, it's at that moment you do realize you have a way out of here.
I do.
Yes, you have that herb that was given to you by the Vistani woman. All you have to do is find the southern archway.
That's true. And well, I mean, and I suppose the question is, are we? I know that we were, wanting to. Whatever we're going to end up doing with Strahd, but we hopefully should be able to get out of here. Even without doing that. So
I certainly
I don't know
would
how
prefer.
you or anybody else would feel.
I certainly would prefer to be capable of leaving, yes, and not coming back.
So I guess the question is, do we want to get everybody's opinion? Because I'm perfectly happy with just leaving and getting out of here.
Sure, we can get everyone else's opinion. Strahd does seem fairly powerful. And if they believe that we're not up to it, then I would prefer not dying here.
I agree.
All right, so Arius, you've heard this. Basically everybody who's there, Oslin's on his way. Everybody who's there has heard this. What do y'all think?
I mean, there's something to be said for wanting to get out of here, but even as a rogue and wanting to do self-preservation, I'm still chaotic. You know, there's still that good part of me that doesn't want to leave the situation where people are being abused by somebody's, you know. But do we think we can take them on right now, or do we want to plan for coming back here later, or can we even come back here later? That's my questions.
Those are good questions.
So Arius,
Mm-hmm.
you do know
Well,
that so long as you can find Strahd during the day, he is vulnerable. He can be
Yes.
killed then.
Yes. We have an opportunity to end him as soon as we get into the crypts, find his brother's sword, and hopefully end him while it's daytime still.
So you're wanting to do this today, now?
Yes. Yes.
If you believe that we can.
Mm-hmm. I do
So
believe
Oslin,
it is possible.
You arrive.
I think Osmond would come like pretty quickly into the area and would see the group standing around and just like he's got like prisoners like everywhere in this castle.
There's more oubliettes?
Yeah, I found a lady chained to the wall. She doesn't know how long she's been here for.
I wouldn't call that an oubliette, but yes, that is a prisoner.
Right, so I mean, what are we gonna do about this guy?
Well, end him right now. That's what I suggest.
All right. So, are you suggesting that you go into the crypts?
Well, from the last time we talked about it, it was the original plan to go down in the day.
And we have a way to open it.
9 good hours of daylight left.
Do we know exactly where the brothers' tomb's at?
You have a good idea.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Let's go kill this
All right.
package chuff.
Has
we
Varg
have
returned by this time?
Varg, you have just now returned.
We have the method to kill him, like, for good, right?
That's what you've been told.
Okay.
Yep. Varg just walked in with a diary and a heart-shaped locket in his paws. Just like.
So before we go, and I'll make sure the others know about the herb and what the what the lady had told me. Do we know? I think we should have a backup plan in case things do not go well. Do we know where the arch is, and or the southern arch, and see if we can
Yeah,
meet up
actually,
there?
yes, you know how to get there thanks to Arius's good hard work with the mapping of the castle.
Neat.
Okay, so then that's my thought is, let's go down and let's see if we can find the sword and see if we can kill him. But if anything starts to look like is not going in a good way, then we need to hightail it to the arch and just get out of here.
Is there a way that we can, like, kind of like acquire fast departure from the town or anything like that? Maybe the sky
The archway
horses
is here in the castle.
Oh, the archway's in the castle. Okay, never mind.
Oh, I see.
No, no problem. Okay. So, are you going down into the crypts now?
Sounds like we're in agreement.
Yep.
All right. So, who's going first?
I imagine whoever has the ring to do so.
I guess that'd be me.
All right, Arius. You move down into the crypt. You find an entrance, and the stairs lead down into the darkness. After walking a good ways down, probably 50, 60 feet into the ground, you find yourself in a large, square-shaped room. There are numerous doors going off in all sorts of directions. You feel the undead, a strong undead presence coming from the north door. Along one wall, there is a fountain, trickling a sort of dirty green water. Resting in a basin under this fountain. The fountain looks like a series of eyeballs. And resting in the basin near this fountain...
Resting in the base of the fountain is what?
I think we lost her.
Ah.
Yeah, Tina, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Yep, we can't hear Tina.
Hello?
There you
Hello?
are.
Okay. Sorry. So, what was the last thing you all heard?
There was something in the basin of the fountain.
Yes, some coins and a few trinkets glimmer in the basin beneath the fountain. The fountain is filled with basically picture of a mosaic of hundreds and hundreds of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I am not touching those
what
blocks.
do you do?
I am going to inspect the door that the ring is pulling me towards.
The door it's made of a dark it's made of a dark wood. It's got iron bindings on it, and it appears to be locked.
Wasn't that ring supposed to unlock specifically like Strahd's room?
It detects the undead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
And protects against their draining abilities.
I thought we got something specific that like unlocks one of the rooms.
Well, you said that there was a fountain. Is that right?
Yes.
I guess I kind of want to go over and just look at it and see what we can find over there with it.
Okay, so in the fountain there are several what look to be silver coins and what might be a necklace. It's hard to tell. The water's a bit murky.
Well, I'm not going to reach in and try to grab them because I know better.
All right. So, Jolly, what are you up to?
Well, I'm over there with her, but I decided to take my short sword and try and lift the necklace out of the fountain with my sword.
You do so. You pull the necklace out. You feel a strange sort of energy move through your body, but it seems to just pass right through you.
Interesting. I tell everybody in the group this, and very carefully lay it on the floor and go, somebody might want to check this out a little bit more than I have the skill for. So I'm just going to leave this right here, and then I back up just a little bit. Actually, quite a bit. I feel the need to climb the wall just slightly. Not all the way, just a little bit.
I believe Arius would have like an ability for that.
Yeah,
sort
he
of
can
like...
look at it.
Yes, I have. What is
Identify.
it? Magician. Identify. Yes. So
all right. So you cast Identify. Well, you use up that spell slot. And it's not magical. The fountain's magical, but this isn't.
Anybody want a necklace?
It's kind of pretty. It's a strange silver necklace with what looks to be some kind of bone set into it.
Yeah, no, I'll pass on the necklace.
I feel like, screw that necklace. I'm not touching that.
I could always sell it later.
It could be very possessed.
So, are you taking it, Arius?
I'll take it. I suppose I'll put it in my pocket and something.
Arius, you don't have a very good track record with trinkets.
I did use Identify, and it's not magical or cursed or anything.
I mean, not magical might not mean, other things.
Would I have anything in my burglar's pack that could hold it?
Honestly, the necklace probably isn't worth a lot, but,
Okay, well, whoever wants, I can have it then.
All right. So, which door are we going through?
I'm
guessing the the north door where the ring pointed towards the undead.
I thought we were looking for a sword.
Oh,
Alright.
yes, that's true. Looking for the sword.
And the maps make it to where we should have a good idea of that, right?
Then you should try going east.
Okay.
Okay. You head east through what seem to be winding, interminable corridors. Finally, you come to a big open space again. There's the smell of dust and decay and mold here. There are coffins lined up all along the walls. You hear something scratching off in the distance. You've got the piles of coffins, and you have strange sigils marked on the walls of the walls and ceiling above you, as though someone literally climbed up to the ceiling and started writing there. What do you do? At the far end, there are two double doors.
I say let's not touch anything and go straight to the double doors.
Agreed.
Can I
agree.
check for traps before we start heading down that way to make sure
Yeah, roll
nothing.
for it. It's an 11. That's the difficulty.
If
What do I
that
need to
doesn't
roll?
work,
D20?
Perception.
Perception? Okay.
if that doesn't work, Jory has like something that's literally called find traps.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you don't find any tripwires. You do find one thing that's a little bothersome. There's a series of 5 pressure plates.
Okay, guys. Before we go anywhere, there's pressure plates. We might want to avoid stepping on these, and I mark
Yeah.
the pressure plates.
Okay, so you
Make sure
mark
nobody
the
steps
pressure
on them.
plates, and you suddenly notice your hackles rise. You notice that the pressure plates are attached to the coffins.
Ew.
Oh. Yeah, we definitely don't want to touch these guys. If you step on one of these coffins is gonna do something because they're attached to them somehow. So let's not step on these. Like, clearly mark them. Go
You did.
around.
You used some chalk from your thief's kit.
Yes, basically, yes.
Definitely going around.
Yes.
As you're marking it, you hear this skittering sound, like fingernails across stone.
Okay, so can I mark around it, like in a big circle, so I'm not actually touching it?
You did.
Okay. Okay.
I think this is unrelated.
Okay, good. Okay.
Alright.
So
So you move up to the double doors, correct?
yes.
No one touching anything. The doors themselves here, these are ornately carved, possibly mahogany doors. They have silver fittings on them, silver studs, silver handles, and so forth. And on them is the raven crest of Strahd's family. All right. What do you do?
Is there a way we can identify the coffins to see which one is Strahd's brother?
Well, you have to. Presumably, his brother, according to your map, his brother and the rest of the family is behind these two doors.
Okay. Then
I would assume we'd check if the door is either enchanted or trapped.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Do you have detect magic?
I don't know. Let me check. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I do not have detect magic.
Okay. For traps, Jolly, do you want to search this?
Yes, I want to try detecting. That was perception again, right?
Perception, difficulty 11.
No.
I think I'm
All
okay.
right. There is it's not a trap per se, but you can tell that bells will ring when this door is open.
Can I use my thieves' tools to try and find a way to disarm them before opening it? Like maybe taking the, I don't know, like the bolts or something instead of opening the latch?
What I would do is, if I don't know if there's a disarm skill, since I don't use 5e very much. Honestly, it would be like tinkering, traps, crafts, something like that. If you don't have that, just make it a straight up dexterity check.
Okay, I'll do a dexterity check then.
And add your proficiency bonus.
I would have thought it would be like sleight of hand or something.
Wait a minute, that was not a check. That was a. Hold on.
That was a save.
There we go. There's my check.
All right, so you managed to sever the connection between bell and door. You also unlocked the door.
Okay, I think I got this, guys. I step back behind the heftier people in the group. I've done my part.
All right. So, do you move through the doors?
Yeah, I'll open the doors and move through them, I guess.
All right. You enter a large chamber with ornate sarcophagi. The chamber itself is probably 100 meters long and 100 meters wide. The sarcophagi stand with carvings of different people on the lids. There are small offering bowls for the presumably for ancestors, and there are statues of various possible ancestors or saints. What do you do?
Do we know what the brother looked like?
No, you do not. But you could possibly do some searching and try to see if there's something you can read on each sarcophagus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there like a name or anything?
There are names. For every wisdom check made, it takes approximately a half hour of searching. If you succeed the first time, you'll get it.
Alright, who has the highest wisdom?
Wait, Varg has a locket of two lovers. Wouldn't... Or if you're like looking for what the guy looks like, isn't the guy supposed to be the dude?
All right, so that will give you a +1 to the wisdom roll, knowing what the lovers look like.
I have like 3 with wisdom.
Well, I mean, can we all, just presumably take a, take a coffin
absolutely.
or whatnot? So.
Oh, okay, yeah. We can all like take one at the same time, I imagine.
Oof.
And there's Jory's. Wow. Okay.
Oof.
Hang on.
We're bad at
Come on,
We're
Arius,
bad at searching
come on,
sarcophagus.
Arius.
Good lord.
Well, Chad did a wisdom save. I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Well, let me do that again.
That would likely give him more of a bonus, but
Well, we
Dang.
suck.
alright. So you spend. Wow, those are really low rolls. Those are the lowest roll. You spend here, let me roll for Gromek and Daria.
Please.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Daria's like, I found him!
Oh,
I found him!
Thank the god.
It only took you all 3 hours of searching.
God.
3 of our 9 hours.
Alright, so Daria's like, so do we open it? What do we do?
First, we check it for traps.
Okay, I guess it's up to me. Since I'm the rogue. Oh god,
Goes
do
with
I
the
even roll
description.
after this? Perception, I know. Oh shit.
There are no traps on it that you know
Okay,
of.
okay. Well,
Well, you
I
know,
don't think there's any traps, guys.
Varg
Not
can
sure.
still use find traps if you're not confident.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Right,
after
no,
this
okay,
search.
okay. I'm going to say this. Okay, actually, yeah. Go ahead. Use find traps. I'm gonna ask if it's okay if is it okay if I roll secretly for your find traps checks?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, same. Fine with that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the thing.
So, Varg, are you casting find traps?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. All right. There are no traps in all of these sarcophagi.
Oh, neat.
Who's going to open Sergei's sarcophagus?
Varg.
Okay. That's
Are we volunteering Varg? Is that what we're doing?
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, there we go.
Varg, you push the lid of the sarcophagus open, and inside you find the sword and a claw that jumps out to attack you.
Oh. Like just a
It's
claw?
literally just a disembodied hand with long fingernails.
Wah!
So, Varg, what is your armor class?
His armor class is 16.
It hits you, Varg.
Ah.
And it hits you for 6 points of damage. It rakes its claws across your eyes. It's just trying to scratch its way into your brain. You feel it just ripping at your eyelids.
Ah!
So now it's Arius. What are you doing?
I need
Remember, guys,
those!
if you miss, you have a 50% chance of hitting Varg's face. So be careful.
Okay, right.
I need my eyes to shoot!
Hang on, I'm just looking through my spells. Let's.
Arius, I can't shoot if I'm blind!
Let's cast a blast at Varg's face and eyes. That's always good.
Did
Do
someone
that.
say they wanted a facelift?
Oh.
In which we find out Arius is a dick. Fireball. but it's on his face. I didn't ask. I said fireball. No.
Could I? Hmm. I mean,
And this is how you know Josh secretly hates me.
anything fire based will remove the hand. Would stop a dead thing, wouldn't it?
Yes. It's on a face, but yeah, you're free to throw fire at it.
I am going to put a bonfire in the coffin.
In the coffin.
In the coffin.
With the body.
With
No,
the
the
body.
body, there's just the sword and this claw that's trying to rip its way into Varg's brain.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe not a good idea.
All right.
How's about you grab the sword, Arius, and I'll try to dispatch the hand with my quarterstaff.
That works. Okay.
Yeah, please do. Don't let him anywhere near my face.
I am going to reach for the sword.
You grab the sword. All right, so that's your action. Kira.
Yeah, so I will try to see if I can.
You're going to hit an armor
dislodge
class of 17.
Okay.
Oh.
Really? What's up with this today?
Oh my god, okay.
At least
So
it wasn't
Val,
a one.
Alright.
I'm rolling 50-50. Oh, it doesn't hit. Oh, hang on. So below 50, you get smacked. Oh, thank goodness. Kara, she is amazing. She's using like those awesome wuxia kung fu skills. She just smacks at it and misses. Alright, at least it wasn't a one.
Can I take my my extra action
Of course.
and try to hit it again?
Oh god.
Oh, much better.
This time,
That's more
Kara
like
is
it.
done with that stupid thing. Roll your damage, please. Okay, you've grazed it. You broke off some bones from the wrist. It's still digging. Jolly.
A question: is there any light? Like, how is this room lit? Is there like torches or flames anywhere in the room?
You've got a Gromex holding a torch.
Okay, so I used my feline agility to run and pick it up and throw it in the torch flame that Gromek is holding.
So, okay, you're going to attempt to grab the claw. Wrestle
Grab it
off
and
of
throw it in the
Varg.
flame with my feline agility.
That will probably put out the torch.
Okay, fine.
You can try it.
But I wouldn't know that, and as cat, I just think fire
roll
like
a
that.
strength check. Yeah, I understand. So roll strength check. You got to be the 17. God dang! Okay, Johnny pounces. I picture you just climb over Varg's shoulders, grab the claw, and you go.
Basically, like cat.
Alright, so awesome. It doesn't. Okay, so Varg, it's not trying to claw into your brain.
Thank God.
It hits the torch. The torch goes out. You hear skittering.
I used my.
Is cursing.
I used my bonus. Sorry. Oh, my bonus action at the end of this, and I hide on the ceiling. I climb up the ceiling and hide.
Alright, you climb up the ceiling and hide. Alright, so, pretty easy to hide when everything is in pitch black darkness. I mean, those of you with dark vision are fine. Daria and Oslin are not fine.
And Kara's
And
not
Kara.
fine.
So, okay, so now you have 3 people Kara, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom save, actually. And Oslin, I need you to do so as well. What did you get? Because my my Roll20 keeps disconnecting. So.
So the first one was an 11.
Okay, so you make yours. You managed to hold it together.
Oslin does not. I got a 7.
I would like to mention that Ren has dancing lights.
Well, and that's neat, but dancing lights is really more for creating a little show than providing lighting.
Oh, I thought that it was exactly for making lighting.
Let me double check.
Let me see if I can find the
Yeah, if you can bring up the little. Oh wait, I can't see it.
It's in my document, so like it's. It's not under that. Yeah, I don't have that pulled up.
And now
currently.
my computer is restarting, so.
No. Okay, so let me
Fantastic.
just scroll down. Alright, it says, concentration 1 minute. You create 4 torch-sized lights within 120 feet, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air for the duration. You can also combine the 4 lights into one, glowing vaguely humanoid and medium size. Whichever form you choose, each of these lights cast dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay, so it's a dim light.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah.
They just kind of spread out a bit.
Yeah. So it's not much, not good torchlight, but it'll do. At least for not... But Oslin, you're kind of freaking the hell out.
Yeah, I'm like clinging to Hank.
Alright.
And one suggestion I can give is that, like, a few of us have create bonfires, so you can just relight the torch with that, I imagine.
Honestly, is Oslin
no, you have to light a
Hank?
new torch. So... Alright, so Trill, it's your turn. You hear Gromek screaming, "It's over there!"
So I'm just gonna go over there with swords.
Well, you see it. I mean, you guys have dark vision.
Oh, right,
You're
yeah.
wondering, why are the round ears all freaking out? But anyway. Alright, so... So you see it. It's crawling, crawling around. It's trying to leap toward Daria, who did make her save, but she's at disadvantage. So it's your turn. You can try to stop this thing.
Absolutely, I'm going to just try to hit it with long swords.
Okay, roll to hit. Beat a 17.
Yeah, I'll just like roll. I guess Do I need to roll 3 times? I don't know how many hit points it has.
Actually, what I think worked out really well is if you hit it, you just get to do 3 times the damage to it.
Oh. Okay. I can just like hit the longsword and I suppose 9 times 3.
Yeah. Alright, so you just start whacking it to pieces with your longsword. You're just like... Alright, Varg, what are you doing?
Oh, do I hit it 2 more times? Or is it that... Oh, yeah, it's that one roll thing we're doing. Never mind.
Yeah,
okay.
And you shred it.
Okay.
The thing is now undead confetti.
Oh, it's dead?
Gromek is like, yeah, you killed it.
Okay.
Gromek is like, oh, I think I'm tasting it.
Undead buffet. I'm sure Jolly would love that.
She likes
I
living
am
flesh.
not touching that thing, I say, and as I hiss from the ceiling.
Alright, so Varg, what are you doing?
Tending to my own wounds because something tried to claw its way into my eyes and my brain, which in turn is what I need to be able to shoot my bow. I'm not a
Alright,
bat.
So all right, so you're tending to yourself. So you get the blood out of your eyes. Very good. Okay, so
Does he need to like cast Cure Wounds or something?
he can cast Cure Wounds, or he can bandage himself. And
what about
bandaging
health
you.
potions?
Oh
Health
yeah,
potions work.
there's also the
Health
potion.
potions will restore, I think, 2d4, 1d8, or something. Honestly, I think I've been doing 1d8 plus 3. That way you get a decent stinking amount of health back with them.
So do you want to use a potion or?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Alright, let's see. How many do you have? You have 3, so I'm gonna put that to 2. And what was that again, Tina? That you do?
I'm gonna say 1d8 plus 3. That way you're getting between 4 and 11 health back.
All right.
As opposed to a piddly 2 to 8.
Well, he got 4.
Well, hey, better than nothing. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So yes, you have the sword, at least the sword that was in this coffin. Gromek has cursed and relit the torch. He says quietly, hoping Jolly can hear, "Listen, the torch won't burn anything. It's a small fire. It can be blown out. It's not even a big fire."
It was the only fire in the room. And fire burns undead thing. So I was trying to save our compatriot.
Which I appreciate and my eyes appreciate.
You're very welcome.
Unlike some people wanting to throw fire in my face. You show pony.
Gromek is like, "I think it would have worked, sir."
Indeed, it would have.
Oh, I don't deny it would have worked. It wouldn't have worked. I'm just saying it would have worked too well.
All right. So, what are you all up to? What are you going to do now? You're in the family crypt.
Does the sword and the ring react at all? When they're near each other?
They don't react, but then again, like most of the magic you've seen here, it's not exactly flashy. You could, if you want to take a short rest, or you have Identify. You could use another spell slot to cast that.
Yeah, okay. I'll use another spell slot.
Also, what kind of sword is it? Because I think I'm the only one who uses longswords.
It is a bastard sword.
Oh, it's a big one.
A hand and a half.
Arius
So you can
probably
use it
wouldn't be able.
one-handed or two.
I should be okay using it, or at least for this. No.
Let's not have the person with the lowest strength using the bastard sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Trell. I think that might be the wisest.
I mean, I can use a bastard sword. It's just like I will lose 1 point of my armor class if I'm not using 2 swords.
I hand it to Gromek.
Like, I can use this.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, I hand it to Gromek then.
All right, so you've given Gromek the sword. You still don't seem to know much about what it does. If you take a short rest, which would cost you 1 hour, you could identify it.
Or you can still use Identify with a spell slot.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
How many hours have passed?
You have
since we've
6
started.
hours remaining. 3 hours have passed.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. We don't know what's going to happen around here. I wouldn't suggest wasting time for anything.
No.
But remember, you also don't have time to rest and regain spells.
Do we want
So
to
any-
search any of the other like sarcophaguses in here? Do we know that this is like the legit sword yet?
That's a good question.
I would assume Identify would tell us
Like,
that.
is Strahd's like coffin in here?
You make a wisdom check.
Everybody or just him?
Just Oslin. Oslin's the one looking.
Okay.
And what did you get? Because once again,
12.
wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, you got a 12. Yes, you find Strahd's sarcophagus.
So
Oh, really?
like,
It's here?
he'll kind of throw that out to the group as saying, like, could it be a switcheroo? Should we try opening his?
Well, we came all this way to end him.
I'm sorry, what?
We came all this way to end him, so we might as well try.
Well, we
We-
don't know that.
We don't know what the sword does still. You still haven't used Identify on it.
True. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm using Identify on the sword first.
All right, so you mark off that spell slot. The blade is a sun blade.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is it a sun blade, it is the original sun blade.
Oh.
This is a powerful weapon for fighting the undead.
Okay. So.
Maybe we just have like Grelmec go over and just open that sarcophagus, and if Strahd's there, just start stabbing.
It might be better to have two people on either side of the coffin, at the long ends of the coffin, to lift up the lid and have Gromex instantly thrust his sword in.
I also want to mention that Varg does have protection from evil and good, so like he can cast it on one person and it will be it helps against undead.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we need to do a perception check to see if this one's like booby trapped or anything?
You could.
That's probably the wisest thing as well to do. Yeah.
You want me to do it since I'm okay, or he can't.
Hey, 12.
It's just fine.
Okay, so who's at either end of the
Oslin gives
coffin?
the thumbs up. Well, I mean, Well, who's gonna stabby?
Grelmec's like,
He's
I
in
will
there.
be happy to stabby.
I guess I would be on the other side
mean,
of it
I
because
don't
I'm
think
the.
I can lift this lid up, but
All right, so you lift the lid up, and inside you are greeted by a horrible smell. The smell of freshly decaying flesh
Ugh.
greets you. Inside is the body of what was once a man. And you notice, looking at the lid of the sarcophagus, there are bloody nail marks. What do you do with this?
I don't know what
So,
vampires do.
presuming that,
is
presuming Grelmec stabbed the being
Yeah.
laying in there, right?
Yeah.
So what happens when he does that?
The being goes, "Ah!" And even more foul smell fills the room.
Do we know that was? I mean, I'm assuming vampires in 5e have to sleep in their own coffin. They can't sleep in any other coffin.
Oh no, they can sleep in any coffin that has their native earth in it.
Do we know if this is actually Stroud? Then.
Well,
It
don't we
doesn't
know?
look like him. The hair still clinging to the bloated corpse is reddish. He has dark hair.
Oh,
Do we know where his little room's at?
we did just stab a dude.
Well, he wasn't dead, so
Dude,
I mean, he's dead now.
no. Yeah. Well, it screamed. It screamed when you stabbed it.
Yep, it's dead. We can at least
The
know that.
screaming
Gromax
indicates
stabbed him
alive
again.
to me. Is it? Is it actually dead?
Does anyone want to check a pulse? Look at it, touch it. What are you doing?
No, Gromack can stab him again.
I'm not touching it.
He stabs it. He stabs it again. And goes, "Ugh."
It's not dead.
He stabs it. It stops moaning after a while, but the smell is god awful.
We should at least cover it up before the smell releases anymore.
Oh. So you all put the lid back on.
Yeah, that was not who we were going for.
Throw some flowers in there to freshen up the smell.
I can do that. I can make flowers.
Oh, I almost got druidcraft too. Boom, boom. You both toss some flowers in there.
There's a nice bouquet.
A little cinnamon too to really.
Sorry,
God, what
stabbing
is-
you.
So we have to look for Strahd. How much daylight's left?
You still have 5.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
Shall we
probably
just go
follow that
through each
ring.
Yeah, we'll. I was thinking just go through each coffin and stab each.
I mean, we can, but that'll take a while. We should probably find Strahd first.
It'll take approximately an hour and a half.
Yeah, but the thing is, are we sure that he's in this room? You know, his family's in here, but we don't know that he's in. Could it be possible that he would be in the same room as his family, or room?
I would have thought he had his own room, honestly.
What?
I would have thought he had his own room, honestly.
That's my thinking. I don't think he'd be in the same room.
Well, at least we've got the sword, so we can move to the double doors.
Yeah, I'd
Okay,
say
you're
we
going to
do that.
move to. Okay, so you're going to search through other parts of the complex now.
Yes.
Yeah, the ring was pointing us to somewhere. I imagine it was his room.
The northern door is back at the entrance.
Oh, okay.
Can Varg smell Strahd?
I honestly, everything down here stinks of Strahd. But if you can make a wisdom check with disadvantage to try and track him.
No,
No, only Varg can.
oh yeah.
Yeah, there's-
That is Varg.
yeah.
Alright, so Varg, you're sniffing. You go and you wander for it takes about an hour of wandering and backtracking and moving because the trail is very faint. Then you come to a tiny, tiny crack in a wall. That's where the smell leads.
Oh, I can
Can I
do
fit
something.
through the crack?
I have a
No.
thing I can do.
When I mean a crack, what I mean is like just the barest joint between two stones.
Okay.
Can we check to see if it's a like
I
a
can do
secret
this.
door?
This is the thing I can do.
Then,
But-
if you want to do your thing, do your thing. There are no secret doors. There's no door, no latch, nothing.
Remember, Tina's been having trouble with her computer. She probably's not seeing it.
Yeah.
So, are you casting that?
If everybody feels like it would help,
Yeah.
I can just make
Anything
an
that would-
entryway for us.
All right. You create an entryway. There's a long. Okay, basically picture a crawl space. going into the living rock of the mountain. It extends into the darkness. There's the smell of some fresh air mingled with the smell of decay and water.
Oh, don't tell me Stroud's got the body of that's gonna be disgusting.
What? The body of what
What's
now?
disgusting?
I'm thinking that Stroud's got the carcass of the dead girl.
I mean, like, there's a lot of bodies over downstairs.
Alright, hang on. I need to reconnect because everything's weird.
Also, Candace is echoing again.
And Candice, your microphone's echoing again. Is that? No, it's Candice, your microphone's echoing everyone else's microphone.
There we go. Yay.
Yeah, that's better.
Alright, so this is a crawl space. Going through here, anyone in heavy armor is going to have to remove it.
I wear medium armor.
Medium armor, fine, but if you're wearing heavy, you're going to have to remove it. Also, any weapons larger than, I'd say, a longsword are not going to fit easily down here, and you may get stuck and take damage. Or
Oh,
lose
you mean
the weapon.
So the bastard sword won't be able to fit?
Mm-hmm.
The entirety of Grelmec may not be able to fit.
Yeah. Grelmec is like, I don't know if I can squeeze in there, sir.
Well,
I can always use
Arius,
stone shape again and try to make it bigger.
Okay. How many spell slots do you have left for that?
Hold on. I should have, I believe, 2 more in that.
Well, it's only going to take, you can only do it for about 10 more feet. Because the walls has to be less than 5 feet thick. So you can widen it out for 10 feet, and then you're out of spell slots.
Yeah.
There's another thing that could happen. Arius could go with someone else and then use Dimension Door to link with the beginning of the cavern. And then
that
everyone
sounds
else
very
fit through.
creative. So, alright, Arius. Who's going with you?
Anyone who's small and nimble.
Hey, Ozzy!
I mean, yeah, I was about to say, that this sounds like it's perfect for me. I was about let's go.
I may have to leave my crossbow behind, though, if it can't fit.
Yeah, you do.
But my rapier and my dagger should be fine.
Yeah. Honestly, you're gonna kind of have to leave your backpacks and stuff.
Okay.
You know, so.
Alright, so I leave those behind. I leave everything behind except my rapier and my dagger.
Now wait, before I do this, because I want, can you just post, since I'm connected again, what Dimension Door does exactly, so I can be certain to adjudicate this fairly. Okay. All right. Yes. Sounds good. Okay.
So, yep, I'm going, and with anyone else who's coming with me.
Who all's going with him?
If I can fit myself and my weapons through there.
Gromek and Daria are like, well, we'll keep track of all of our stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can also teleport my
too.
swords, actually. So.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So I'll go with Arius.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the plan is
So
that...
what was that? What was that, Sky?
If I like left my swords behind, I could just basically like teleport them to me.
Yeah.
But they are long swords, so they should be able to fit.
Yeah. All right. So you all go down into the darkness. Kara, your staff will not fit.
That's what I was thinking. So, yeah, I'm okay with leaving it with Daria and Gromek and
And Hank.
good and Hank. Yes.
Your longbow won't fit either, Varg.
But my short bow will?
Short bow will.
Do I have any limitations? Or am I good?
Considering your long sword would be everybody else's short sword, no. You're like, oh, this is comfy. I kind of like it in here. No.
Okay, so...
Everyone travels downward through this nightmarishly tight space. You're crawling on your belly. You get scrapes, you get bruises. The stones are just brutal. At one point, Arius, you actually have to shove slabs of rock out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, you come out into a wide cavern. There's a stream running through it.
Okay. Before we do anything else, I am using Dimension Door to get everyone else through.
You can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Oh, I will use it on Gromek.
Okay. All right. So Daria and Hank are on their own. Okay.
Can Gromek? Trail said he can get all his stuff, but Gromek
he
can bring
get his
everyone else.
swords.
Yeah, Gromek can bring everyone else's weapons through as well.
No, he can only bring what he can carry.
Okay.
So, which weapons do you want him to bring?
I'm fine without my longsword. I don't really use it, and because I'm usually in melee range.
Yeah.
So there's that sword. My crossbow and the sunlight sword, obviously.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Gromek, he's there.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the faint sound of Daria. Everyone there okay?
We're good, Daria.
We're fine. We're fine, thank you. I lift up the ring on my finger to lead the way.
All right. The last thing you all hear from the hole is her faintly singing to Hank a childhood human song.
No.
Kara, you actually recognize it. All right. The ring leads you deeper and deeper through winding corridors till finally you come to a room filled with coffins. There are 23 coffins in here.
Does Varg still have the scent?
Yes, the scent is not here. It's further down.
I guess we continue.
Okay. Bearing in mind, these coffins are filled with the undead.
I was like, can we just set them on fire? Is that like...
That would probably alert them, I would imagine.
Like, can we, like, rig something up that, like, whenever we dispatch Strahd, like...
The only way to end a vampire spawn is they must be staked and beheaded. Burning them will do no good. They will come back.
Oh.
So there's 23. How long would it take to open them all and stab them with the sword?
Well, she said staked.
Well, no, the sword won't do it. The stakes only.
Oh, stakes only.
Yes.
Oh dear. Right. How long would it take if we just used the stakes?
We do have
1
stakes.
hour.
How many hours do we have left?
3.
We should probably at least find Strahd first.
Yes, Strahd first, then stakes after.
Okay. You all continue on, deeper and deeper into the mountain itself. You come to a strange room that seems to be carved from a giant chunk of amber. Standing all through this room are dead people. Hundreds of dead people.
All the past people that tried to kill Strahd, I'm guessing.
Yes, they're animated.
Do they see
haven't
us?
noticed- They haven't noticed. Well, they look at you. They see you. But you notice something. There is a winding, narrow pathway on the floor made of green stone.
That's normal.
Are they not on that pathway?
You are on that pathway. They are not.
Maybe they can't step on it.
What if we have to step on it? Because if they're animated off the path, maybe they didn't follow the path.
I have no idea what you're trying to convey there.
Well, because the animated people are not stuck in one place, maybe they didn't use the path to get to Strahd.
I doubt that's the thing.
No, okay.
What do you want
I
to do?
mean, could the path be to Strahd?
That's... You don't know.
I would assume it
Oslo
would be.
takes the first step towards, like, just stays on the path.
Alright. You're walking on the path. The dead remain just stationary. Their cold, lifeless, decaying eyes glimmer in the torchlight. Alright. So you all are following the path, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, Gromek says a short prayer to his orcish gods, follows you along. Eventually you come to an ornate coffin made of black wood. It's standing beyond a big green dais, basically a raised platform. So what do you do?
Traps?
Yes, traps. Check everything for traps.
Okay.
Jolly, they're playing your song.
I know. Oh shit.
You don't see any traps here.
Does Varg have to use find traps again?
I think,
You can if you choose.
can we all check?
You certainly can.
I think
Well,
Arius
Arius
probably
got it.
would have found it if so.
Okay, Arius, there are no traps on this coffin.
That's weird.
Okay. And we're definitely sure that the scent of Strahd is coming from this coffin.
It's coming from this room.
Wonder if this is a decoy.
He's not. Yeah, he's not in.
And
He's with them dead bodies.
That
He'd
may
have
be
he'd
true.
have to sleep in the coffin though, if he's asleep, and it's daytime, so he should be asleep.
Right, but who's to say that he's not, like, in a coffin in between those dead bodies? Like, it doesn't have to be any coffin.
Can I investigate? Oh, sorry.
Go for it. Go for it. What are you suggesting?
I was going to say, could I investigate the cabin to see if there's like a secret enclosing or space for another coffin?
Yes. You find one just beyond this. Actually, what you find is you find a space just beyond this dais, and 2 more spaces high up in the wall, each with coffins in them. And to get up to the top one will require a very dangerous climb that would drop you into the dead should you fail.
Well, Jolly's the one who can climb.
Well, I mean, I have like climb, I can have spider climb or something like that, so I can just like stick to the ceiling.
Would we? I mean, are the animated people? Are they enemies or friends? Are they?
I mean, they're dead.
You can try to interact with them any way you like.
Can Vard call on his ghost friend?
Not here. He's stuck in the tower.
Okay.
So I call to one of the dead people and I ask them to can they blink?
They don't seem to when you ask them to.
I ask them to move their eyes up and down for yes and side to side for no.
No response. It's like they cannot perceive you when you're on that green stone.
And I would imagine if you step off of it, they will probably rush you.
Arius wants someone to tie rope around his waist and pull him back at the first sign of danger.
Okay, alright, so Gromek's kind of rope. Alright, so you gonna step off?
I'm hovering one booted toe over the threshold of the
With a horrifying swiftness, I need you to make a dex check or be rushed and damaged horribly.
Okay.
Dex save.
Dex save, right.
Yes.
Does the girl mech also get a dex save?
Well, well, no, never mind.
Arius?
Yes.
Before Gromek finally pulls you to safety, you take 23 points of damage from these things clawing and battering at you, biting you, ripping flesh.
Oh dear. Alright, that's at least... Sorry, 23.
Yes.
Alright, okay, so that's... Takes me down to near 30. 20, I mean. Sorry.
That was rough.
That was a really bad idea.
Gromek is like, I believe stepping off the path is ill-advised, sir.
Yeah, I think so too. Ow. Intense.
Okay. You are down to 1.5 hours.
Alright, we need to find the coffin he's in
You've got 4
fast.
coffins.
Oh.
How long would it take to open said 4 coffin?
The first one could be done instantaneously. Climbing painstakingly, not falling down, getting the attention of the dead, that would be much more difficult. I'd say those would take 20 minutes each.
Even though I have the ability to feline agility and be able to climb, because of cat's paw.
Yes, but remember, you have to open these coffins some way. So it's going to be tight. It's going to be difficult.
So like, I can do.
And that's
spider
not.
climb.
Hang on. And that's not assuming. That's assuming that none of the other coffins are trapped. All right. And I believe Candace, I'm echoing again.
So what if me and Jolly climbed up to the higher ones or whatever and checked them for traps and then open them, and whatever's in there we can just toss down to the group?
Okay.
Just toss the body down to us?
That's going to be a big order for you, little guy.
Well, I have Jolly with me. Hopefully she's got some strength.
Could I fire a bolt with rope onto it above them?
Yes.
Okay. So if
Roll to beat a 16 to anchor it.
to anchor it. Okay. And it'll just be my crossbow thing. Oh no.
Oh.
What's the 2?
Why is there 2?
I'm going to take the first one.
Yeah, I think because the first one wasn't reactive, I pressed it again. That's probably why.
All right. Chunk. You've now sunk the bolt into the stone. It's solid, and it will stand up for. It will remain anchored for 2 rounds, 2 attempts, 2 journeys. So, Jolly and Oslin?
Yes.
Yes.
You head up there?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the lower one... Okay, there are 3. So, lower, middle, or highest?
I say we go to the highest.
I agree.
I work down.
I think Strad might be a dick and have the middle one, because he might have left the one so obvious to open, yet the one so high to think that adventurers would get there.
Maybe, but it's not trapped. I mean, we can try
true.
it. The people who are on the ground currently.
And logistically, it would make sense to start from the top and work our way back down.
That is
I
also
agree.
true. That's also true.
Okay.
So yes, up one.
All right, so you're up there. You've reached it. It's very tight quarters in here. Do you open the coffin?
I check it for traps first. Oh no, we already did that. No.
Yeah, there are no traps on this one.
Then yes.
All right, you open it. What's your armor class, Jolly?
16.
Oh, God. Okay, so you take 13 acid damage as a black pudding lashes you with its pseudopod.
Yeah.
No.
Can we close it?
No, I used evasion.
All right, you barely evade that. Used up your action there. All right, so you've used evasion. Oslin?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and close the lid real quick.
Okay. You slam the lid. The pudding is making the coffin rock. Make a dexterity check not to be pushed out by the leaping coffin.
No.
What did you get? Because I'm disconnected.
I got like a 22.
Okay, you managed to dodge. The coffin flies out, slams into the floor, shatters, black pudding everywhere. The dead run for it and just start dissolving themselves into the pudding.
Oh, that's good.
Yay!
We did that on purpose,
to the
right?
group down low.
All right. 45 minutes remain.
It's the
Which
next
one, Jolly?
On to the middle one, yeah. So Oslin will take his turn of opening this one.
Okay. You open it, and there is the Grand High Bastard himself.
So wait, he was like on the second one?
He's like, is he awake or?
His eyes are open. His fangs are over his lips. His face is in a fixed but dead feral snarl.
So, is there a way that we can?
I mean, you have the wooden stake, right?
You do.
Do we have? We don't have the sword with us, do we?
No,
No,
you do not.
But a stake will do this.
Okay.
You just have to stake him and cut off his head.
But wouldn't he be brought back if we don't kill him with the sword?
Saw that sun gun off.
Like he said, he's been killed many times. I imagine this is exactly how. We should probably use the sword.
Well, but here's the question: was Strahd telling you the truth?
I mean, that's true. I don't think anybody inside checked him when it came to that.
So how about?
But the woman told us to use the sword,
I'm
didn't she?
just gonna straight up plunge
Yeah, wasn't it
a stake into his chest.
Wasn't it the witches that told us that the sword should be used?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
They said the sword. They said the sword, and the ring would be necessary to find him and protect yourselves and possibly kill him. At least according to my notes.
Okay.
All right, so Oslin, you use the base of your dagger to hammer the stake home. Strahd screams, his fingers claw, his mouth champs, and then he goes still.
He should be paralyzed, I would imagine.
Jolly?
So is there? Oh, go ahead.
What were you going to ask, Oslin?
I was gonna say, is there a way that we can just toss him down to the ground where there aren't the dead, so that they can finish it off with that sword and cut his head off?
Okay, you could possibly lower him down. You will have 5 minutes left before the sun sets.
Couldn't one of them carry him, or slide, like, if they slide down on the rope with their arms and legs crossed on the rope and have Strahd's body across their chest and slide down like
One
that?
of them's a cat person and the other's a halfling.
Yeah, bro, I'm not strong.
Okay.
I mean, I have 16 strength, but I ain't trying that. No. Can I just
Strahd's a big boy. He's not a small guy. He's like
Then
6'5".
Then the reverse thing would be to carry the sword on the rope up. But wait, how many turns have we had? Because the bolt rope would be there for 2 turns.
Well, you've got one more trip.
And that's our trip down, so
That's true. Okay.
I say we just chuck this dude.
And try to clear the
Make
undead.
a strength check. Jolly, you're stronger, so make a strength check with advantage to throw Strahd down.
21, I guess, because it was 18 and 21. I don't know which one I
Yes. Thump! Strahd lands. You hear the snapping of his spine across the coffin that was already there.
Arius bellows, Gromech, chop his fucking head off!
The blade flares to life. There's a blast of sunlight, and the head is chopped off. And Strahd's body is reduced to ashes.
Yay!
Why do I feel this was too easy?
Yes. Well, maybe.
Part of me wants to go, you called that easy?
Is there anything in his coffin?
Well, without a fight, I'd call that easy.
Varg just calls up to Jolly and Oslin saying, all right, well, if there's anything in his coffin, grab it. We got to get out of here before the rest of these bastards wake up.
We got like 5 minutes, they're gonna wake up.
Probably less.
Alright,
Okay.
so in the coffin, there's nothing but dirt.
Of course. Yay,
I
dirt.
say we hightail it and get out of here and get to that southern arch so we can
I
go
have
home.
one.
Yep.
I have one more spell turn left. I could use Dimension Door again to go to the front.
Yeah, just you and like one other person.
Yeah, true. That's annoying.
Oh yeah, cards has to be with Daria and Hank at this point.
As is, I imagine, our depressed horse. Is somewhere.
How long
In
would
the
it take to
stable.
get out of his out of his area and past the 20 coffins?
Well, the sun sword's key, so if Gromek leads with the sword ready, he could be the vanguard while we follow behind.
Sounds like a suicide mission.
Yes, I know.
Well,
Or we could use the advantage of this cavern as a defensive position to take on the vampires that come up.
I wonder what happened if you shove the vampires like into the undead. However, like if Strahda's dead, shouldn't this place's curse be like over?
Well, I mean, you're not exactly familiar with the dynamics of the curse.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So, what is it? What are y'all doing?
Getting the heck out of here.
So if
Excellent.
if we're moving down, if Grelmek's taking a point, Varg's going to be behind him with his bow. So.
All right, Gromek's taking point. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I do still want to kind of
Alright.
save the two people that we know of in the castle, if we can, that are stuck there currently.
All right. Okay, so you all make your way back to the chamber where the coffins were. Coffins are all closed. Do you just book it on out? Do you just keep going?
Well, I imagine
Yes.
if we all fit through the hole, they won't be able to fit through unless they find another way around.
Okay, so you're climbing out, correct?
I would assume so.
You arrive. You find Daria laying, unconscious,
Oh no!
near death. Hank is lying wounded next to her.
So
Osmond will use Cure Wounds.
I'm also gonna use Cure Wounds.
All right. Daria is badly wounded, deeply hurt. Her Constitution score is right now 1.
Ugh.
You've brought her back from the brink of death, but she'll not be in fighting or even running shape. Did you roll, Oslin?
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
7.
All right. So you managed to cure Hank. He's back up. His paw is badly broken.
What happened, Daria?
Can I give Daria one of my healing potions?
You can, but it will require just time and rest or a restoration spell.
Okay.
Restoration?
Yeah.
I have lesser restoration.
That'll bring back 1d8 points of her Constitution.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
You want me to roll 1d8?
She opens. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
She opens her eyes. She got 2 more points back. She opens her eyes and goes, "I tried to fight them, Master Trell.
Them who?
There was a mist, and and they appeared.
Who are they?
Who appeared?
Vampires.
Oh.
Should we use the herb to get to the archway?
You've got to go to the arch, make your way to the archway, and then use the herb to walk through it.
Okay. How long is it away from where we are now?
You could make it in 4 rounds.
There's also the two people in the castle we know of, and we do
Yeah.
know that we are safe in the cathedral.
Yes.
So we could release them and tell them to go there until daylight.
In the distance,
about-
you hear a cacophony of "Let us play."
Where's the... I mean, couldn't we get the Centurion to send his army now with a book back in the castle?
If you can make it to the tower.
Could... No, maybe. Maybe I could send my familiar to the tower, depending how far away it is from the catacombs.
Oh, your familiar's range is 300 feet, right?
Yes.
It is well beyond that.
Oh dear.
If I mean, he'll answer the Varg. We know definitely he'll answer the Varg. So,
Wait. Oh. Wait. Yes. There's an idea. I could use Dimension Door. Varg could go to the cathedral and then run to the tower.
Okay. Use Dimension Door.
Mm-hmm.
Varg, you go through.
Sure. I'll take Daria with me since she's really bad hurt. Because you can take 2 people through, right?
You can take
Yeah,
one
you
person.
can.
No, one
Well,
person.
Oh, one person?
Well,
And
it's...
Daria does not want to leave Trell's side.
Alright. Well, Varg goes through. Of course, now that he's back, he also grabs his longbow because that's a stronger weapon.
Yes.
But yeah, he'll go through, get and use his memory of the tower to run back up there.
You could have
Okay.
a map.
Roll a stealth check. And let me know because my computer is still disconnecting like a bastard.
Nice. 2030.
Oh, nice. You got a 20.
Got a natural 20.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, you slip your way past cavorting vampires. Unfortunately, poor Marker has been pulled from the oubliette.
No.
His blood is drained.
Oh, you win some, you lose some. Can't really do anything about it.
You make your way to the tower. What do you do?
What was that guy's name?
The guy that you talked to?
Yeah, what was his name?
Didn't we just say his name?
No, we're just calling him a centurion.
You've been calling him the Centurion.
Wasn't he
Arminius.
Arminius.
yeah. He's gonna call it out to him by name.
Arminius appears and he's like, "You did it. You killed Strahd."
Yeah, and I'm calling in that favor.
He calls out and he's like, "Chimera Legion, one last march." And a bunch of ghostly Roman-like soldiers Phaeacian soldiers come out and begin engaging the vampires.
Yay! Allies!
Nice.
Unfortunately, Varg, you see one vampire who's, like, devouring the ghosts.
Oh.
You didn't know they could do that. All right, what is everyone else doing? Arius.
All right. So, in this room where we came in with the crack, is there any other doors besides the one that leads to the eyeball fountain?
Almost none.
So we're practically boxed in.
You're practically boxed in.
Is the ring pointing to where the vampires are?
Yes.
Right. Does it, depending how the ring works, does it glow more when there's more dead around?
Yes.
All right. How bright is the ring?
Getting brighter as the north door begins to shudder.
I've used all my spells up, so I can't. Even if I wanted to, I probably couldn't use a fireball now.
Battering at the door, you hear a familiar voice saying, "We hate you. Clive and I hate you.
Oh.
Without the
Oh.
master, now we just know our hunger." The door begins to splinter.
Run?
Where do we run?
Up the stairs, Arius?
Hmm.
Up
Wait,
into the castle?
I used 2 identify and 2. Yeah, I used 2 damage to doors. I don't have anything left. What's everyone else's idea as well? Because Aris
Kara,
is
what do you
stuck.
want to do?
Okay, so we are still down in the dungeon area, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And the undead who were Strahd's servants are now free to just rip the living apart. And they're going to get in the next 2 rounds.
So, okay, and I'm sorry, I was kind of half distracted for the last little bit. So is there a door that we can go through, or are they on the other side of that door?
They're on the other side of the door, only other door into the labyrinth. You could go up into the castle, but that's got 23 vampires fighting a bunch of ghosts.
So they have a better shot there.
That was my thought.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we do. The cathedral's up
Because
there.
we need to get out anyway, so let's see if we
How-
can.
How many turns will it take us to get to the cathedral?
It will take you 2 turns.
And they have 2 turns to get out.
Yes.
But then what happens? Because then we're stuck in the cathedral.
I imagine we wait till night. I mean, sorry, wait till daytime, because as far as I'm aware, they can't enter there.
I mean, they might be able to now that Strahd's gone.
I don't think the rules for the undead change. If he's
That
dead.
we know of.
That we know of. Well, I could try playing my panpipes and see what happens.
Well, I think that sounds as good as good a plan as any. So try to hightail it to the cathedral and.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, just shredding on panpipes.
Osland, do you want to try to save that girl?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No.
So, Osland, I'm going to give it to you straight. If you can make... Gromek is carrying Hank over his shoulders. He's got Daria under one arm. If you can make it alone by sneaking, and you have advantage because you're a halfling, this is what you do, avoiding the attention of big folk. You could make it to her, and you have to make 1 stealth check to get there, and 1 to get her and you to the cathedral.
All right. Let's do
Roll
this.
one. Roll one.
I can
Roll
send
one.
I can send Ren with you, and he could give you advantage.
Yes, you can.
I'll take all the help I can get.
All right, Ren's going with you.
All right.
And the rest of us will head to the cathedral while he's doing that.
I don't think
I
he
got
helped.
12.
All right, you make your way past a pair of vampires feeding on a baby. Like this little baby, they're like, and they're just ripping into it, biting and drinking. These things have become even more monstrous without Strahd.
Oh dear.
You find the woman. She's still chained up. She's like, "You're back! You're back! What is going on out there?"
Complete and utter chaos is going on out there, so I'm gonna get you out, and we're gonna head somewhere safe real quick.
Yes. All right. So you managed to undo the chains. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. Ren's giving you advantage. You got to beat an 11 to make it to the cathedral.
19.
20.
19.
It's advantage.
Actually, a 20. So yes, you make it to the cathedral. Irina falls down crying with joy. All right. So everybody's made it back. Except Varg. Varg, you want to make a stealth check to get back to the cathedral? The fighting is coming awfully close. Some of the ghosts are disappearing.
Oh, he got another natural 20.
Varg is like, nope! And just slides on by all the horror and the death and the blood rain.
And here I was hoping to be an Aragorn and show up at the last minute with an army of ghosts.
You kind of did. I mean, the ghosts are what enabled you all not to be stalked by the vampires.
Which, I'm gonna take it Arminius got devoured too.
You don't know. Even so, he will be grateful to not be a ghost in that place.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, which...
Alright, so... what happens next is you hear the vampires, you suddenly see them cavorting and running about. Several of them stop at the doors of the cathedral and hiss at you, but are unable to enter.
Yay! Alright. I'd play my panpipes at them.
Okay, excellent. You're playing your panpipes. Now, here's a problem. You're starting to smell smoke. One of the vampires, a cool-looking red-haired woman, stands at the door as the others start throwing Molotov cocktails through the door.
I have a couple of ice
some
things.
Smart vampires.
I hope I have something. It will help me, but it won't help anyone else.
What would warding wind to that?
Warding wind would actually add to the oxygen in the fire.
Could I use Ray of
it
Frost?
wouldn't put it out.
You could use Ray of Frost to put it out, yes.
I have frostbite and ice knife.
Yeah, use Ray of Frost. Roll above a 14.
Wait, what? Oh, no, I didn't do that right, did I? No. What do I use? What am I supposed to roll for this then? It doesn't say. Oh, 1d8.
It says 1d8.
It's actually an intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I have ice knife, and ice knife explodes.
Oh, my intelligence.
Ice knife will not be helpful in putting them out. Ray of Frost will.
Damn it, Arius, you
I
had
got a
one
12
job.
in- I know, I got a 12 in intelligence.
You're trying to cast. Oh, yes you do, because you get your proficiency bonus. Alright, so yes, you managed to put out the fires.
Okay, good.
You notice just hordes of wights and zombies and every other horrible thing are dispersing from the castle. You see them out the windows, moving down over the land.
They're going to the village, aren't they?
I feel like we kind of did more harm than help at this point.
Perhaps. But the handmaiden said that she would help at least if we got rid of Stroud, didn't she?
Yeah.
Is there a way we can contact her?
Unfortunately not.
We just know she's
Could
down
we
there.
light? Oh, well, we're in the cathedral. I was gonna say, is there any way that we can get to like a tower and like light a fire or something like that as a signal? But
Could I converse with Clive to Angus to see if they could, you know, I
Not
can
hate
try
us?
and tell them that that's Angus, that Stroud was basically a dick and his brother was the rightful ruler.
They have gone out in a horde of the undead trying to slaughter and kill whoever they can catch.
Yeah, so who's left in the castle I could try and persuade?
Honestly, the castle's kind of empty.
So we could probably hightail it out and get back home then.
Yeah,
Our work here is done. Everything's on fire. Our work here is done.
everyone's gonna die, and it's sort of a yeah.
I would like to
No,
leave,
these
please.
people have fought the undead. So, you know, they have a good sporting chance.
I mean, personally, I would wait till morning since they can't get in here. Oh yeah, and we all forgot that Oslin has like water. He has a water thing.
I mean, I have shape water.
Oh, okay. I thought you could just make water.
Yeah, there has to be extant water. Alright,
Could
so
he-
the good news... Go ahead.
Could he melt my ray of frost? For what?
No.
Okay.
Alright, so dawn comes. Things are pretty peaceful below. From your vantage point, you see the ring of fog around Barovia is gone, and the villagers are piling undead corpses on bonfires.
Oh,
Okay.
That's neat.
So the castle is completely empty now.
At least of waking things.
I would like to go home now, please.
I kind of want to check out how the village is doing. Honestly.
Didn't the witches say that we'd have to go and kill the goblins in the forest before they try and get us home?
Well, we could just go
But-
through the archway.
Yeah, I have the herb that she gave me.
But they didn't specify that would get us home, did it? More of just to be safe at the archway.
I feel like we'll be okay in the daytime if we go down and check out what's going on with the village.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea.
I don't think they're going to blame us for what happened and try and kill.
So long as nobody told them what happened.
Yeah, I don't know how they'd react if we said that Strahd was dead, honestly.
You can try it.
We should probably talk to the girl at the bar first.
Well, wouldn't they be
Okay.
happy?
Maybe, but, you know, a horde of undead also attacked them last night, so...
Hang on. There's the girl that we got from
Irina. Yeah,
Irina,
Irina's
wouldn't-
like, thank you for freeing me.
Is she from the village?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm certain everything will be better without that monster Strahd.
Does Varg recognize her? Is she...
Yeah. She's
She-
the girl from the locket.
Ah.
Varg's gonna give the diary and the locket to her.
Ah. What is this? Why am I in this?
are you not the bride that was supposed to marry Strahd's brother?
No, my name is Irina.
Or a descendant of her or something? I don't know. This is a strange situation.
Varg just simply says reincarnation.
Maybe.
I do not know what that means. She gets a wild look in her eye and takes off running from you.
Well, that was strange.
Varg's gonna chase after her.
Okay, make a Constitution check.
Constitution.
12.
You tie her. She's run to the overlook where she would jump from. You
Oh.
grab hold of her. You've got her.
Are you reliving a memory? Continuously is she reliving this?
It's hard to tell. In all of your years of studying magic, you've never seen anything this fucked up.
He's just...
I think we should take her to the village and talk.
When she turns around, she's just crying into Varg's chest.
Yeah, I think we should take her to the village.
Shall we go to the kitchen and give her something to eat? She's probably hungry or something.
I can give her good berry.
That'll do.
Alright, you give her a good berry. She eats it, she's calmed down, she's clinging to your side, Varg.
Should
like
we
you're the last piece of sanity left.
Should we search the castle? See if there's any more people?
Who did the baby belong to? How was the baby in here in the first place?
I don't think we know.
That's a damn good question. So what are we doing? Searching the castle? Going to the village?
If there's babies in here, would they have sort of like a human farm?
A human farm?
It's possible.
I really don't think that we should go back to the castle at all, guys. I think we just really need to get out of here. Let's take her back to the village and then get out of here.
Varg's gonna hold on to Irina and give a call out to Arminius to see if he's still around or not.
Can't hear you, Jory.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Varg's gonna hold on to Irina and call out to Arminius to see if he's still around or not.
Arminius appears. He's like, "Yes, sir."
Varg just smiles. It's just like, I was just checking to see if everything bode well for you.
Okay, I cannot hear a word you're saying. I'm sorry.
It's the thing you have said.
It should be catching a voice.
Just move a little closer, I think.
Yeah, I'm moving the mic closer to him.
He's just gonna ask if to see how Arminius is doing after all that.
I am well. I am about to go to my reward, whatever awaits me beyond the dark veil.
A quick question, if I may. I know you don't know me, but as someone who is also glad Strahd is dead, could you see if the castle has any other live people in it and free them?
No, there are no living people left in this castle but you.
Well, that's something at least.
Good to know.
Do you know how the baby got in here?
It was probably dragged in by one of Strahd's servants.
Oh, okay. Well, that clears that question up. That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Varg just simply looks at Arminius and just tells him to rest easy.
He gives you a salute and fades from view.
Alright, Irina, how about we get you to the village and see what we can do for you?
Yes, I want to go home. I want to see my brother Marco again.
Alright. I'm gonna take her to the village and check on the villagers. You guys do what you're gonna do here.
Okay. Yep.
I want to find our horse and go to the village.
Okay, so you all head to the village. The villagers are quite happy when Irina gives them the news that you all have killed Strahd. They begin celebrating.
Okay, I'm glad they're happy about it. I'd like to see what that woman at the bar has to say.
Oh, Arya.
If
Oh,
she-
Yeah, when you go to find her, the barkeep's like, the Vistani left last night.
Huh.
They'll be back.
And how are you certain of that?
Say again?
How are they certain of that?
Once again, I'm sorry Skype's being a bastard.
Varg just asked the
Not
person.
Skype. Discord. Sorry, go ahead.
Varg asked the person, how are they so certain that she'll return?
The Vistani always come back. They trade.
Fair enough.
And I would say he's just sitting beside Irina at this point, just wherever they are.
Okay. Irina is very happy. She thanks you. Actually, she walks over to Oslin, and she kisses you on the forehead, Oslin. She's like, "Thank you so much for saving me."
Oslin kind of just like turns red and kind of just bows to her.
The village wise woman has splinted Hank's leg, and Daria is recovering nicely.
Yay.
Okay, y'all went up a level.
Sweet. Wait, what level are we now?
Next. I don't know what level y'all are.
That would put us at
8.
8.
Nice. Alright, so
Alright, yeah.
pretty much now the only way you have out of Barovia is going to be through that archway, because it's the only doorway you all know to get out.
Back at the castle.
Mm-hmm.
So can we do that before we take
Sure.
off for the evening?
Yeah, absolutely. So has everybody assented to go? Nice, Trell.
That was
go,
sorry. That
Oh,
was
that was
actually
fun.
him. Yeah.
okay,
So like
cool.
58.
All right, so y'all are going to the archway.
I would like to, yes.
Unless there's anything else we need to do here.
Yeah, I would too.
Arius would like to at least take some of the books from the library. I mean,
You take 3.
yeah.
I'll roll up the titles next time.
Okay.
Okay, so you all take the herb pouch in hand. You step through, and you find yourselves in a big, bustling city. There is a devil walking into a bar.
Are we
There are
in?
angels
Oh,
wandering around.
about to say, are we in the 9 hells currently?
No. There's even like weird creatures made of squares and other geometric shapes.
I feel like this is some kind of Rick and Morty level.
We're in Flatland.
No. When you look around, you notice you're in the middle. Picture a tire. You know how they have an empty inside? The city is built around, you can see the city above you from where you're standing.
Oh, I know this place. You
Yeah.
talked about making it the main place.
This is well, it's not the main place, but it's a place. It's the Sigil, the City of Doors. Now you can get anywhere in the multiverse, including back home from here. but you just have to find somebody who knows how to get you home.
Mm.
We have a castle for bargaining, right?
I don't think anybody wants to go to the demi-plane of dread.
But we do have a new sword that Gromex that may
Yes.
be useful.
All right. Hopefully y'all had fun with that. Congratulations on defeating Strahd.
We won.
Yay!
I was kind of not expecting us to win.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. You probably wouldn't have if you tried to fight him toe-to-toe. Nothing against y'all. It's just like... and also, bear in mind, I always try to play my vampires as very smart.
Yes.
Dumb vampires tend not to live very long.
That's fair.
So I figure, they have to be, pretty intelligent. But you are in the sigil, the city of doors, where you could, if you want to, go see your gods and goddesses.
Oh.
This is the neutral territory of the multiverse.
I would kind of like to see Alana.
Yes, and you can see Alona and the Happy Hunting Grounds.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's where she lives. So,
Sweet.
alrighty, well, take care, everyone. I will see y'all next week. Thank you so
Yes.
much for playing. I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
All right,
Have a good night,
have
y'all.
a good one, everybody.
Night, guys.
Night night.
Are you two heading off to bed as well?
I'm more awake than I was, thankfully.
Okay.
I'm just making sure I have everything leveled up that I need.
The stream.
Oh yeah,
I need to
stream. Yeah.